When life feels heavy and the noise of the world tries to drown out the sound of your soul, there is a voice that breaks through the chaos. A voice that doesn't just speak to the crowd, but whispers straight into the core of who you are. It is not a distant echo, not a general call, but a personal one. A call that knows your scars, your struggles, your doubts, your hidden prayers, and still chooses to call you by name. Think about it. Out of billions, your name is not forgotten, your identity is not lost, your worth is not overlooked. Every time you thought you were unseen, every time you believed you were just another face, there was already a call that singled you out, reminding you that you matter beyond measure. This is not about religion. It is about recognition, about the undeniable truth that you are known fully, deeply, and personally when you begin to realize that you are personally known and called by name. Something inside of you shifts in a way that nothing else in this world can produce. For so long, many people walk through life feeling like they are just another number, another statistic, another face in a crowd. They feel overlooked, invisible, or forgotten. The truth is, the world often treats us this way. Society is quick to celebrate only a handful, while the rest are made to feel as though they are background noise. But when you understand that you are personally known, that there is a call that reaches directly to you, it pierces through that lie and awakens a part of you that has been silent for too long. To be called by name means that you are not anonymous in the eyes of the one who calls you. It means that your identity is not hidden, your journey is not unnoticed, and your existence is not accidental. It is the recognition that before you ever introduced yourself to anyone, you were already known. Think about what a name represents. A name is more than just letters put together. It carries weight, it holds meaning, it embodies your story. Your name is tied to your struggles, your triumphs, your mistakes, your victories, and everything in between. When someone calls you by name, they acknowledge all of you. They don't just see the surface version of you, they recognize the totality of who you are. Now imagine being called by name in a way that transcends human recognition, in a way that says, I see the real you, I know your deepest fears, I know your greatest hopes, I know the times you almost gave up, and still I call you. That type of call is powerful because it doesn't just remind you of your identity, it redefines how you see yourself. In moments of loneliness, when you have felt that no one notices your pain, being called by name is the reminder that you are not invisible. In seasons of failure, when you are buried in shame and regret, being called by name is the reminder that your mistakes do not erase your value. In times of uncertainty, when you do not know who you are or where you belong, being called by name is the reminder that you have always belonged to something greater, that your path has meaning, even when you cannot see it clearly. To be personally known is to realize that your presence carries weight in this world, that you were never meant to blend into the background or fade into insignificance. So often people live trying to earn recognition, to prove themselves worthy of being noticed. They strive to be louder, to be more successful, to be more impressive, just to feel seen. But when you are called by name, you understand that recognition is not something you have to chase. It is already yours. You do not have to scream for attention when your name is already known in a place that matters most. And once you embrace that truth, you stop living from a place of desperation and start living from a place of assurance. You stop craving approval from everyone else because you are anchored in the fact that you are already chosen, already acknowledged, already valued. This personal call also carries responsibility. When your name is spoken, it is not spoken by accident. It is not just recognition. but also invitation. An invitation to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. An invitation to leave behind the labels the world has given you. An invitation to embrace a higher standard for your life. Being personally known means you cannot hide behind the excuses of insignificance anymore. You cannot say you do not matter, because the very fact that your name is called contradicts that lie. You cannot continue to shrink yourself to fit into the shadows, because the call demands that you rise. There is something profound about hearing your own name spoken with intention. It stops you in your tracks. It wakes you up. It grabs your attention in a way that nothing else can. And when that name is spoken with love, with purpose, with certainty, it changes you. You realize that you are not forgotten, you are not replaceable, and you are not random. You are personally known, individually recognized, and specifically called. Every detail of who you are matters. Your past has not erased you. Your present struggles have not disqualified you, and your future is not beyond redemption. You are called not as a crowd, not as a group, but as you, by name, personally, directly, intentionally. Your worth is recognized beyond your struggles, and when you begin to see this clearly, your entire perspective on life changes. Too many people define themselves by the weight of their pain, by the mistakes of their past, or by the challenges they face daily. They walk around carrying invisible labels that were placed on them by failure, rejection, or disappointment. They begin to believe that their struggles somehow reduce their value, as though every difficulty chips away at who they are meant to be. But worth is not erased by hardship. If anything, worth is revealed and refined in the middle of it. Struggles are not a sign that you are less. They are proof that you are being shaped for something greater. The fact that your worth remains recognized beyond those struggles means that no storm has the power to alter your identity. Consider how people often measure value. The world tends to measure it by external success, by wealth, by status, by achievements. If you appear to have everything together, then you are celebrated. But if you stumble, if you fall, if you carry scars, suddenly the world labels you as broken, unworthy, or finished. This shallow perspective blinds so many from understanding a deeper truth, that true worth is not determined by the absence of struggle, but by the resilience you demonstrate within it. When you are recognized beyond your struggles, it means that your value is not confined to the worst thing you've gone through, nor the hardest battle you're still fighting. It means that you are more than your scars, more than your mistakes, more than your darkest days. Think of a diamond. When it is buried deep within the earth, surrounded by pressure, dirt, and rock, its worth does not disappear simply because it is hidden. The value is always there, waiting to be revealed. Your struggles are like that pressure. They might surround you, they might weigh on you, they might make it hard for others to see your shine, but they do not remove your worth. They are simply the process through which the beauty and strength inside you is uncovered. You are not defined by the dirt you have been buried under. You are defined by the brilliance that remains when the dirt is brushed away. That is why your worth is not diminished by hardship, it is magnified through it. Many people believe that because they carry wounds, they are somehow less valuable. But the truth is, wounds tell a story of survival. Scars remind you of where you have been, but they do not dictate where you are going. Every struggle you face becomes evidence that you are still here, still standing, still moving forward. That survival alone proves a strength within you that cannot be taken away. To be recognized beyond your struggles is to have someone see not just your pain, but your persistence. It is to be seen as someone who is not broken beyond repair, but as someone whose very cracks allow light to shine through. When you grasp this truth, you begin to walk differently. Instead of hiding your struggles out of shame, you start to understand that they are part of the evidence of your strength. You realize that people may judge you by what you've been through, but your worth is not up for debate. You are not the sum of your hardships. Your worth is anchored in something deeper, something unshakable, something that does not shift with circumstances. Even in your lowest moment, your value remains untouched. Even when you feel unworthy, your worth is still recognized. There will always be voices that try to define you by your pain. People will remember your mistakes more quickly than your victories. They will remind you of your failures while ignoring your growth. But the recognition of your true worth exists beyond those opinions. It goes deeper than surface-level judgments. It speaks to the part of you that is unchangeable, to the part of you that was valuable before the struggle, during the struggle, and will remain valuable long after the struggle has passed. This understanding also calls you to see others differently. When you realize that your worth is recognized beyond your struggles, you begin to recognize the same in others. You stop labeling people by their failures. You stop reducing them to their hardest seasons. Instead, you learn to look beyond the surface, to see the strength hidden behind their pain, to see the worth that their struggles cannot erase. In doing so, you not only change the way you view yourself, but you transform the way you interact with the world around you. Struggles are part of the human story. Everyone faces them, but not everyone understands that worth is untouched by them. Some allow struggles to define them permanently, carrying the weight of them as if that is all they will ever be. But when you know that your worth is greater than what you have gone through, you carry yourself differently. You rise above the lies that say you are not enough. You walk with the confidence that comes from knowing your identity is secure, not in what has happened to you, but in who you truly are. Your struggles may shape you, but they do not diminish you. They may challenge you, but they do not determine your value. They may slow you down, but they cannot cancel the recognition of your worth that has always been there.